589-8840, Financial Issues. I'm Dan Celia. I just got an email from a note here from Bob from Virginia. He said, we talk a lot about the fiscal cliff. I wonder if we haven't already gone off the cliff, but we're in a free fall and we just haven't hit the ground yet. I think Bob might be right about that. Maybe we are in a free fall and we just haven't hit yet. Look, when we look at our debt, when we look at $16 trillion in rising debt, you know, Bob makes a point. You have to wonder: are we off the cliff and just haven't realized it yet? You know, when you think about the fact, and I say this in my town hall meetings, that I put a little thing up there about the quantitative easing and the printing the money on one of my slides. And one of the things that I say, and I've said this on a lot of other media outlets, and someone not too long ago, I talked about it a couple months ago, I was on a program that said, well, you know, here you go. You know, you're right. You were right on this quantitative easing, you know, being 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. I didn't say that because I figured it out. I said it because it has to be. Do you understand, folks? This is the part that I think most of Congress continues to miss, and they miss the impact that this is going to have on the nation. We cannot, think about this, we cannot pay our bills unless we print the money to do it. Think about that. Suppose in your home, you had a job and you were working and you were making X amount of dollars and you could not pay your bills. You couldn't do it. You had X amount of dollars, you know, maybe it's due to some choices that you've made and you've gotten into debt or whatever the situation, but you cannot get enough income coming in to your household to pay your bills. Now, I don't know about you, but that would put me in a mental kind of turmoil and stress level that I wouldn't want to be. Because there's no way out of that. See, you and I don't have a printing press in our garage. We have no way out of that. We will eventually, I assume, we will eventually do our best to try to work out of it, or we'll declare bankruptcy or something to that effect. That's what's going to happen. See, we have a government, and this leads me to what Bob was saying, have we already gone over the cliff? You know, look, we can't pay our bills. How do you like we're in a country, we cannot pay our bills without printing the money. We need an extra $1.2 trillion to pay our bills. We don't have it. We can't generate that revenue. Not that we can't. We don't generate that kind of revenue. We've got to print the money. It doesn't take, you don't need to have a PhD in economics to understand, folks, to understand that you cannot continue down that road of using a credit card, extending the debt ceiling, your credit available on that credit card, keep extending that and continuing to print that. You cannot do that indefinitely. The problem is, one of the problems I think, and I've been saying this for years, one of the problems I think that this Fed chairman has, along with Greenspan, is that we have watched Japan do that for 12 years. We watched Japan do that for 12 years. Well, wait a minute, we've only been doing it 6. So the way I figured, I'm Ben Bernanke, the way I figure we can do this another 6 years. I mean, they've watched Japan do it. Japan somehow, they're the masters of printing money. You think we're printing money, a lot of money to pay our debt? We've got nothing on Japan. And they've been doing it for 12 years. They still don't have inflation to speak of. Their unemployment has been steady. Their economy has been stagnant. It's been doing nothing, but nevertheless, they keep plugging along. Don't think that we're not taking a page out of that playbook and figuring out how they can do it. The difference is that everybody seems to miss is that Japan, their economic system is very, very different than ours, and we keep ignoring that. It's a totally the manipulating of their currency is helping them. Adding more, devaluing their currency, it's helping them. Their products then become cheaper. They're an export-driven economy. We're consumer spending-driven economy. Two totally different animals. But at some point in time, that's why I say it's just a matter of when. It's not if. It's a matter of when. I'm trying to get a handle on when we're going to hit the ground. And what are we going to do to protect ourselves when that happens? Not if it happens, but when it happens. We will have a depression to the likes of which we haven't seen. Anyway, 888-589-8840. Let me go to Mary